Well, hello, good morning everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we're going to talk about the furnace here in my house. What's been happening is I turn the furnace on, try to get some heat. The furnace will ignite, and then as soon as it flames up and gets ignition, those flames automatically go out. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple solution that I've found that is working really good. So let's get started. Let me take you over to the furnace and I'll show you what it does. And then after that, we're going to turn all the power off, unplug the furnace, fix the problem, and then we'll fire it back up. Hope you enjoy the video. Take that panel off, and then we'll take this bottom one off too. First thing that I learned about these furnaces is they need a clean air filter. So if you're having any kind of furnace issues, I'd highly recommend making sure that you have a good clean air filter first. Okay, now that you've verified that the air filter is good, I'm going to put this bottom lid back on because there's this little switch here and the furnace won't work unless this switch is in. There we go. Okay, at this point, now that the cover is in place, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the thermostat and turn the furnace on. Try to get it to ignite. Now you can hear the fan blowing. We're waiting to see that ignition, and when you see the ignition, watch what happens. It'll go right back out. Right now it's just pushing, I guess, getting the gases out of the way or something like that, clearing the lines. There's the ignition. And look at that. The flames went right back out, and it'll do it another cycle of those rounds. It'll do that over and over and over, and then it'll take a break. But you can see that it's not staying ignited. Ignition. Is it going to stay on? I hope so. Nope. Okay. So now I've turned off the thermostat. Let me show you a couple of things. Before working on your furnace, let's go ahead and turn this switch off and we'll unplug the furnace. Right now, my finger is touching the flame sensor. You'll notice that this wire is disconnected. If this wire is disconnected from the flame sensor, you'll get that problem. Now sometimes the wire will be connected to the flame sensor and you'll still get that problem. If that happens, you need to remove this flame sensor. It's just a 1/4 inch nut. So let me grab my drill and I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to reach in here with a 1/4 inch drive, remove that screw, and then we're going to get this flame sensor out. We're going to take this thing out. There we go. So this is what that flame sensor looks like. This is just a stainless steel bar. And sometimes this bar is known to get corrosion on it, or it'll get carbon on it. If you clean this bar and put it back in, sometimes that'll fix your problem. And the easiest way that I've found to clean this is 4/0 steel wool. If you got any kind of carbon buildup or any kind of debris on this flame sensor, it will not tell the furnace that there's a flame present, and that's why it'll short cycle like that. So clean this up with your 4/0 steel wool and put it back in the system. Okay, so now that I've got the flame sensor clean, I'm going to go ahead and insert it back in. Let's flip this thing around. It's kind of a Mickey Mouse of a deal getting it in there on my unit. Some units it's a lot easier to access, but on mine it's a little bit of a headache, but not too bad. So I'm going to just spin that bad boy around, get that thing in place, kind of reach in there. So now this wire, make sure that we connect this wire to the flame sensor. Make sure you have a good connection there. Okay, we've got it plugged back in. Now let's turn this switch back on. I'm going to go back over to the thermostat and I'm going to turn it on and see if we can get some heat and see if those flames will stay ignited. So now you can hear the fan blowing just like before. We have the flame sensor cleaned, reinstalled, and now we're waiting for ignition. And not just ignition, but to see if that ignition is going to stay. We want to see it stay lit. And in our case, we should see that once it ignites, it'll stay ignited. There we go. So far, so good. It's not going out. So problem solved. Very simple. I did not have to call a technician. I didn't have to call my HVAC guy. That was a simple solution. So check the wire, make sure the wire is connected. If it is connected and you're still short cycling, clean that flame sensor with 4/0 steel wool and it'll fix your problem. It worked for me. I like to keep a small piece of steel wool 4/0 right on top of the furnace, and then that way if it ever happens again, I've got it in there. Well folks, that's about all I have for you today on this video. It was a very simple solution. I hope this video helped you out. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.